Hello and welcome to Surveyor Says, the podcast from the National Society of Professional Surveyors. Each week, we bring you fascinating guests that are involved in the profession of surveying. My name is Tim Birch, and I'm the Executive Director for the National Society of Professional Surveyors and your host for the podcast. Subscribe to the podcast on most of your favorite streaming platforms, as well as our podcast host, Podbean. For more information about the podcast and NSPS, please visit our website, nsps.us.com. So, without further delay, here's our next episode of Surveyor Says, the NSPS podcast. Hello, welcome to Surveyor Says, the NSPS podcast. I'm your host, Tim Birch. This week's episode is going to be slightly different, as we just came off of our spring business meeting in addition to the 25th annual NSPS National Student Competition that we hold annually in Washington, D.C. We split the teams up. Half the teams do exercises on the National Mall one day. The other half does scavenger hunt for significant and historical monuments throughout the districts, and then they flip-flop for the next day. These took place on Tuesday, April 14th and Wednesday, April 15th. It was hotter than blazes in Washington, D.C. It was unseasonably warm, but the students and the volunteers and the advisors all persevered. What we're going to hear today is a few conversations that we had with some students, advisors, a government agency, and an industry partner that was there to capture photos and videography of some of the teams and some very insightful interviews. So sit back, listen, and enjoy what we enjoyed with the competition, albeit hot, there on the National Mall, here on Surveyor Says, the NSPS podcast. All right, we are here in the, no, not in the shadow of the Washington Monument, kind of off to the side. I'm here with Galen Scott from NGS, Constituent Manager?
Yep.
Okay.
NGS Constituent Manager.
Yes, I'm always trying to figure out, making sure that I get your title right. We are standing here at the mini monument, the kind of well-known but never very rarely seen. So, Galen, give us a little taste of what people are coming here to see. What is it that draws people to want to come see the mini monument that nobody knows that exists?
Yeah, this is like Night at the Museum or National Treasure movies. This is basically a buried treasure. So this is the architectural scale model of the Washington Monument. In April of 1880, they just finally made the final decisions about the size and shape of the big Washington Monument, and then in May of 1880 this mini monument appeared on site and was used as the architectural scale model to build the rest of the big monument.
Yeah, so it's amazing to me, just now going back through some of the history of some of this, that okay, the monument was built up so far and then the Civil War broke out, stopped it, but they didn't have an idea of what this thing was going to finally look like until well after, like I said, 1880.
Right. Yeah, actually, they stopped it. It wasn't the Civil War that stopped it. It was they ran out of money.
Oh, they ran out of money.
It was
okay.
It was a group that. So yeah, in 1880 they decided that to use it as the architectural reference. Sorry,
very good.
No,
you're fine. You're fine. So, and the interesting part that when people walk up here is that, yeah, it's stuck down in this manhole, but to picture that this was actually above ground, we would have been standing well below the top of this thing, because this has all been filled in. It's all a brick manhole and put a lid on it, and this isn't what it was when it was being built.
Right. This monument sits on the clay layer that the rest of the big Washington Monument was built on, and the hill around us was built up around it to cover the foundation of the big monument.
Okay, and I guess the other interesting part of it is, I guess this is also known as Benchmark A.
Yes, this is Survey Mark A.
Mark A.
Yeah, for the Washington Monument, and we've used it to measure how the big monument moves.
Very good. It's amazing that it's a piece of history that's here. Like you said, it's behind ropes, under a manhole cover, but very few people get to see it, but it's nice that for the National Student Competition, NGS is here supporting the competition and here to tell us a little bit about this small nugget of history.
Yeah, it's a celebration, right? Getting to show this thing off as part of the event here is really a pleasure.
Yep, and it's always fun to watch you drawing people in and say, hey, check out this, this, like you said, a little piece of history people don't know about.
Right.
Well, Galen, thank you very much. We appreciate filling us in on, like I said, this little nugget of history.
Thanks, Tim.
We're taking a break under the tent from the. I don't know, Christian. This has been this is unseasonably warm, and you're from Upper New York, so it's been a little chillier up where you're at.
Yep. When I left the flight from Buffalo, it was 30 degrees, and I got here and 90.
Okay. Well, we know him as Christian from NCSS. Christian, pronounce your last name so I don't butcher it.
Yep. It's Christian Cernauskas. Yes.
Cernauskas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, everybody knows him as Christian from NCSS.
Mm-hmm.
He is the driving force behind beasurveyor.com and all of the good swag that we're able to get out to the people. He's here as kind of a photographer, videographer in residence and catching all this stuff. You've been doing this for several years for us and for NCSS.
Mm-hmm.
What do you find the most enjoyable about being out here doing this?
Sure. Well, honestly, just talking to the students, it's one of those things that we're trying to do in surveying outreach, right? It's getting people excited about the profession. And every surveyor I talk to is so passionate about what they do. But it's really, a lot of the surveys I do talk to are, let's just say, a little long in the tooth, right? But it's really great talking to surveyors that are just over 18, that are in their 20s, that are like, this is going to be the profession. It's a bright outlook for what we're trying to do. And I think it's just really reinvigorating to kind of be here and witness that.
Yes, exactly. Well, I guess, and you've captured some great images over the years, and this is really interesting to see a young group of students out here with a compass and a chain and going, what the heck am I doing? And you've caught some great images and just basically their expressions. And I got to believe, as a photographer, that's got to be a little fulfilling, that you're capturing some good raw emotion.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things too, where you talk to the students and you just overhear some of their interactions. And one of them was saying, I've never used a chain before. Does the loop go, or does the stake go here, or does it go here? And it's one of those things where there's so much history of the profession. And I say a little bit with videography and photography too. It's kind of the same thing. You could look at a picture from 100 years ago, from 1867, and it tells a story from that far in the past. And it's all connected. And I think having those tools here, and having these students kind of experience what surveying was like, 100 years ago, 150 years ago, and also playing with some of the newer toys. It's just kind of seeing that evolution, and them having that experience here is just great.
Yep. Well, and I want to make sure that people that aren't familiar with Christian and his role at NCSS, you're really pushing the surveying outreach and really trying to make it more front and center, more advocating for the profession.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, you really show a passion for putting this stuff out. I mean, please tell me the passion's real.
It is, and it's one of those things. It's I love working for NCS, but the more I talk to surveyors, the more it impassions me to kind of keep doing what we do. And I think that's what makes it so great. It's the fact that everybody else believes in this profession. They want to go. I mean, everyone here, the young surveyors, a lot of them are taking, like you said, their own PTO to come here, right? They're spending their own dime to come here. And you don't see that in a lot of other professions. I could tell you right now, a videographer is not going to go and do that. And so it's just great to see all of this. Yeah.
Well, very good. Well, you and NCSS have been a great partner, done a great job with the beasurveyor.com and just all of the hard work that you put into that. And like I said, to me, it really shows in the passion that you put out with everything you do with us. And we just love having you as a partner. So thank you again for being here. And we we hope we can continue this in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for having sunscreen here. Appreciate it.
Yes. Oh, yes. It's been a little toasty today, and it's supposed to be even toastier tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But thank you again for being here. Hello again. We're still here on the National Mall with the 25th annual NSPS National Student Competition. This is the field exercises going on, and I did want to catch up with a couple of special ladies that it's been phenomenal to watch Klein Collins come the last couple of years as high schoolers and do so well in the associate program division. Jennifer and Seneca. Jennifer, tell us what drives these kids to want to come do this? I mean, obviously it has to start somewhere in the curriculum.
So I think that they really like surveying, and I think that this is a fun opportunity for them. I think a little bit of it is because I get to miss school.
Of course.
But I think this is our 4th year, so they've seen their peers go, yes. And I already have juniors practicing for next year.
Nice.
So I think it's kind of become a culture that, they did it, now I want to do it, and I want to one-up them and do better than they did.
Oh, exactly. Seneca, you've been kind of helping with the background of getting this program up and going a little bit. I guess what was the origins of all this? I mean, we've got it documented in other places, but for people that don't know, how did this program really come about in a high school environment?
So in 2019, Isidro Garza, who has Gracia Geomatics, he's the president of Gracia Geomatics, and Deborah Bronner-Wasterdun, who's the CT coordinator director for Klein Independent School District, sat down and determined that there was a need for this. And with industry partnerships with Lone Star Community College, who served as their 2-year partner for these students to get an associate's degree, and then ultimately Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi, where they can take up to 6 classes of geospatial science and land surveying before they graduate high school. It's been really incredible to watch the program grow. We have one other high school that we currently have students enrolled, and we have 1 high school coming online next year and 2 the year after. So it's amazing to see the growth of this geospatial engineering and land surveying pathway in Texas, and hoping to replicate that model outside the state of Texas soon.
Very good. Well, Jennifer, I want to ask you, I mean, in this day and age of, it's always been for the last several years, push, college, but yet you're teaching college level classes in kind of a technical vocational setting. I mean, what makes it work? What's drawing these kids in? Is it the surveying?
So I think that a lot of it is our industry partners. So we have wonderful industry partners that come out and work with us every Friday for 2 hours so that the kids get their stuff on the actual equipment being used and get to see it. And form relationships with the industry. They go to the Texas Society of Professional Surveyors convention every year, and they work their booth. So they are forced to interact with surveyors, and they get to meet everyone in the industry and get to hear stories. We have lots of surveyors that come talk to our students, and our students now have a list of questions they ask the surveyors. And every time a surveyor leaves, they leave with more information and more knowledge and more excitement about the industry. Mm-hmm. So I think, all of that kind of helps. And then they see a value in it as far as they are getting a piece of their college education done at a discounted rate, because in Texas, high school students get their college courses at a discounted rate, if not for free, depending on their socioeconomics. Nice. So it's a nice step up for them. And then we've had some students that go straight from here into industry. And then we have some that go straight from here into getting their 4-year degree. And then we have some that loved surveying, but that is not their passion in life. And
Sure.
they will talk about it and they will do an internship in it in the future, but they are off to other things, but they have not regretted the program and they have learned all kinds of soft skills while doing it.
Well, and you spoke about, Seneca, you spoke about it in the Cedro. I mean, that to me right there is the one significant key to making a program like this really work. Its industry has to give back. Industry has to be there to put forth an effort to make this work.
Yeah, most professionals realize that in this field, 40% of our workforce is going to be retiring in the next 5 years. If you're not growing your own, you're not doing it right. And Isidro is putting his money where his mouth is. He is investing in the future. He hires the students during the summer as interns. He ensures that they are engaged and active on Fridays. I've been able to come out there and see the labs that he runs. It's a lot of fun for the students. He prepares them for these competitions. And it's just great having alumni involved, but also industry partners. And industry is one thing that makes this work, but also having the wraparound services that NSPS provides with the CST, right? The students all take this CST level 1. They get their Part 107. These industry-based certifications are also really valuable. It doesn't matter if the students, go straight to work, to a 2-year program, or to a 4-year program. They're going to find those skills useful at all levels.
Oh, great. Well, thank you both again for your push, your support. I mean, it's no small feat getting a team of high schoolers across the country to DC to do all of this and rein them all in. And but I tell you what, they are professional. They're as good as they come out there. And thank you for all that you do.
Well, thank you for supporting us. We really appreciate it. And thank you for this competition. It's become what they look forward to every year and what they go off and tell our 8th graders when we're recruiting them.
Yeah, very
all
good.
About the competition.
Very good. And thank you, Seneca, for your efforts at the little higher level, trying to lay the pathway for growing this program.
Absolutely. It starts with awareness that our industry exists, then engagement with activities like this, and then education at not just the K-12, but post-secondary level. And I just love seeing the students compete, with peers, and it's a great opportunity.
Yep. Well, and they have had, I'm going to say, somewhat typical surveyor weather. They're out in the fields doing these exercises, and it's hot. So it's unseasonably hot for DC. So, but wait a second, you're from Texas. You're used to this, so it's no big deal. So, well, thank you, ladies, both, and we wish the team good luck. You'll say whatever you want to say. Your name, grade in school, and what you found most exciting about today. What you enjoyed the most about today, because we're here back on the National Mall, 25th annual NSPS National School Student Competition. We are here with the Klein Collins team. We heard from Jennifer High earlier and Seneca Holland. Now we get to hear from the team. And first up, Lex. No, go ahead.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm Alexander Rodriguez. I'm from Klein Collins High School. And something I really enjoyed about the NSPS national competition is that it's so long that we get to spend so much time with each other, and it gets really in depth with certain things about surveying. It's just really fun to be here, Thank
Very
you.
good. All right.
My name is Lillian Juarez. I'm a senior at Klein Collins High School. And I think my favorite part about it was the level loop, because it just seems like something, I guess, more familiar than everything else. And it was really fun to get to do it in a short amount of time and challenge ourselves.
Very good. Well, 2 things. Level loops have always been my favorite, and you're the first one I've seen in a while that's got a timely pocket template for your notes. Oh, you've all got them. Oh, I didn't notice the other guy. Everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys score more points in my book than anything. All right. So, Christina?
Yes. Hi, I'm Christina Price. I'm a senior at Klein Collins High School, and the most fun thing I think we did today was the traverse with the compass and the chaining. I really just enjoy the chaining itself because it's like stepping back into time, getting to know how the original surveyors got to do their job.
Yeah, very good. Angel?
Hi, my name is Angel Stefano Rodriguez, and I'm a senior at Klein Collins High School. It's my second year at NSPS, and I really enjoy being in the presence of such like historic monuments. I've always been a history buff, and like being able to roam through this environment, the National Mall, is very eye-opening and insightful.
Very good. Parker?
Yes.
Okay, go by Parker. Okay, very good.
Yeah, I'm William Musket. I'm a senior at Klein Collins High School. This is also my second time at NSPS. I think my favorite part about today was probably going around with the GPS and staking points out. So,
very good. All right, so several of you have already been here, so you know what to expect for tomorrow for the monument hunt. What are you looking most forward to with the monument hunt?
being done.
Thank you, Parker. So second time around, I'm really looking forward to seeing more of the sites. And I enjoyed when we were going through small neighborhoods, seeing the historic landmarks and looking at old architecture. I thought that was really cool, and getting to travel between states.
Yes, that's true. Very good. Anybody else? Yep.
Oh crap, I had what was it?
No.
I really like, because we're gonna be starting in a different spot this year, so I really like, getting a different perspective on like a different area of DC, because we only went from, I think, more of like the east side. So I'm guessing this year we're gonna be more on the west side, and I'm excited to see all the places over here.
Yep, should be, because we are starting, because where we're based out of is more on the west side, so that's very good. Anybody else? Yes.
I'm excited to explore more of the nooks and crannies. Like last year, we got to like go thoroughly into alleyways or back in places or like bizarre areas that people wouldn't normally go into. It was very like curious.
Very good. If you've heard all this stuff, are you ready for this?
Oh yeah, it's my first year.
Yep.
I'm ready to take this to next year. So I'll be here. I'll be back next year.
We'll go. Very
I'm
good.
ready.
Very good. Parker, you too?
Yeah.
Besides being done.
This is my second time, yeah. Besides being done, hopefully I'm looking forward not to rolling my ankles 3 times this year.
Oh, yeah.
So, and as they said, just exploring DC. It's a very, very lovely city. Exploring nooks and crannies, those neighborhoods and alleyways. So,
yeah,
exploring the historical monuments there. So,
very good. Well, I imagine the weather has been quite suitable for the Texas people. So this isn't so bad. It's a little hot for us, a little too early on this side of the country. So, like I told Miss Jennifer and Miss Seneca, thank you very much for making the time, taking the effort, really just being involved in giving surveying a chance, because bottom line is if you stick with it, it is a lifelong love affair with a career. So thank you all for being here, and good luck tomorrow. All right, we are here with the University of Florida. Go Gators! Go Gators! Wanted to come over and talk to the team. We've been hassling Justin for many years about different things. We've seen you for several years on different things, but we're glad to have you guys back again. Just wanted to ask, just who are you? What grade you're in, and what your experience has been like here on the mall in, well, I'd say this is kind of Florida weather for you guys, but just thought I'd ask. So fire away.
I'm Jack Trahan. I'm a senior in the University of Florida Geomatics program. It's been a great event. We've got a great team out here. It's really interesting to get to use some of the older equipment. A lot of us hadn't had a lot of exposure to chaining. Florida's got a great surveyor community between FSMS and, obviously NSPS. We get a lot of exposure, and it's great to be included and get some exposure and be surveyed at our nation's capital. So fantastic event. Anybody thinking about coming in future years, highly recommend it. You really get a lot of exposure. It's really great seeing some of the equipment from Leica and NGS out here as well.
Who's next? All right. Catherine?
Hi, I'm Catherine. I go by Catherine Howard. I go by Katie. I'm a third year at the University of Florida. This is my first time out here for the competition, and I'm really, really liking it, especially going from all the practicing we've been doing to actually seeing it break down smoothly as we go through each thing. I'm very happy, and I'm actually enjoying the weather.
Hi, I'm Emily Hawkins. I'm a senior at the University of Florida. This is my second time here, and I just have to say it's been a wonderful experience. And I really appreciate all the support the YSN members have been giving us out here and just helping us go through these exercises, putting it on, and putting on such a great competition.
Hey, you want to go? No? Hey, my name is Jared Foley. I'm a junior at the University of Florida. This is my second year out here doing the competition, and I gotta say, I mean, it's been a blast both times. I really like that we get to use some of the antiquated stuff, like Jack was saying. Getting to use the compass is a bunch of fun. It's not something you ever get to see, and you'll never get to do it at work. I also love that, NSPS and the YSN, everything, they've really taken feedback from previous years, and they've pointed out things that they've been able to change based on teams giving feedback. So it's nice to see the competition evolving and, growing as we continue to do it.
Very good. All right. Either you guys?
Yeah, hi, I'm Austin Rupert. I'm a senior geomatics student. This is my second year competing. I think it's great to see the community NSPS has put together, especially with all the YSN volunteers who are giving up vacation time to be here with us. So we greatly appreciate you. It's been great to use some of the equipment out here, especially the GPS units from Leica. That's been awesome. So it's been a great event.
Kenneth?
Hi, I'm Kenneth Dell. I'm a recent alumni of the Florida Geomatics program. I've actually been to this is my fourth year coming to the NSPS conference. I did it 2 years as a student, and this is my second year doing it as a NSPS representative. I've really enjoyed this time. Every year, it's a great opportunity to not only meet people from different states, but get a lot of experience with interacting with different individuals and kind of learning how different states do surveying and being able to spend time talking to them and see each state's different requirements, different understandings of how things work. And like, for example, New York City uses a lot of X-cuts to determine property boundaries and stuff like that, where it's in Florida, that's something you almost never see. And so being able to interact with surveyors from different states has been an absolute privilege.
All right. We'd be amiss if we didn't throw it over to the advisors. Justin?
Thanks. I appreciate you doing this. And my name is Justin Thomas. I'm the faculty advisor for the University of Florida Geomatics student team. And this is my fifth year here. And I think the thing I like the most about how this event has evolved is different activities they get to do with the antiquated equipment and the newer equipment. That's a nice thing to see. But also seeing the students who competed now coming back and serving. I think we've got 7 geomatics students here, and we've got 4 other Florida YSN members here volunteering or on the Hill. And so just seeing that community grow within our state is noticeable and a great experience.
My name is Alex Perez. I am the other advisor for this team and a 2006 graduate of the same program. And this is my first time here, and it's incredible, kind of putting on events myself. I know the work that it takes to put something on like this, and this is on a larger scale, bigger than anything I put on. So I appreciate the work. It's not an easy job, but you guys are doing lights out, and I really just enjoy finally taking the foot off the gas with the practicing and just letting the students shine and just seeing them do well and all the stuff that we practice. So this is the light at the end of the tunnel right here. It's great.
Very good. Well, we are really pleased that you're here. Like seeing the enthusiasm, like seeing the camaraderie and like the networking that ends up going on. And like Justin just said, it's nice to see graduates going on to YSN and giving back and doing all these things. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your schedules, and thank you to the people that do support you to get here. So, good luck in the competition. Good luck tomorrow with the monument hunt. For those who haven't been on the monument hunt, I'm still jealous. I haven't been able to take time off to go do that yet, and I really want to go do that. So I might take you up on that. So thank you all. You've been listening to Surveyor Says, the NSPS podcast, brought to you by the National Society of Professional Surveyors. If you have any questions about today's episode or any other topic, please email us at info@nsps.us.com, as we are here to help. Subscribe to the podcast on most of your favorite streaming platforms, as well as our podcast host, Podbean. For more information about the podcast and NSPS, please visit our website, nsps.us.com. And remember, it's a great day to be a surveyor.